Guys, I am on one today. Yes, I am. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Ooh, that title is possibly a little bit controversial, but today I want to share with you social media relationship trends, things that I see online that just make me sick and that I find truly to be incredibly annoying. Truly the most annoying thing on social media, I think, is the relationship posts that I find and the relationship posts that I come across, especially on Instagram and especially on TikTok. I've been debating for weeks about filming this video, going back and forth on whether or not I should film something like this. But what tipped me over the edge was the fact that I think that I want to just say what everyone's thinking. I mean, truly, maybe not everyone's thinking it. I mean, maybe a majority of people are thinking it like I am, or maybe I'm all by myself thinking these things. I guess I'll find out when I hear from you in the comments. But I was really on both sides thinking, oh, like, should I film this? Should I not? And then I really started to think about these things I'm talking about today, these trends I'm going to run through with you. And I think that they can really negatively impact women and the dating culture and just human beings in general. As someone who was in their 20s and found themselves watching these videos, I found them incredibly damaging. I found them incredibly damaging to the comparison trap that I would find myself into. I'd also find them very damaging to my dating standards and my dating expectations and what I expect from dating and from relationships. And that's why I think these videos can be incredibly harmful, which is why I've decided to speak out on them today. What stopped me for those few weeks was just the thought that, oh, Caitlin, like, do you really want to be that bitch? Like, it's probably going to come off mean and it's probably going to come off catty, but you know what, guys? I can't be the only person that's thinking this, and so maybe I'm gonna go down in history as a bitch. But I feel like someone needs to say it. So let's get started with number one. Number one is actually what kind of sparked this entire video today. I guess it's gonna piss some people off because I see it all over my stories. I see it all over TikTok. I see it all over Instagram. This particular situation though came up on my For You page and it literally made me want to vomit. I was like, bleh. Bleh. And it is the sharing of texts, the sharing of private text conversations. And can I just say, look, I have done this before in a previous video. You may have seen it. I shared a text interaction that I had with my beauty therapist, her opinion on a very expensive product. I did that because I was looking to help you guys and I wanted to share with you an expert's opinion in the field in regards to a particular, you know, almost $1,000 product. Wow, that plane is incredibly close. Holy shit. I don't really know what the point is and who it's helping sharing private text messages from you and your partner. I think it's weird. Take a shot every time I say I think it's weird or abnormal because I personally think it is. I think it's incredibly weird and I don't know really who it's helping. I don't know who it's serving. And again, look at me. The claws are out. It sounds someone please let me know in the comments down below a different side of it, but I don't think I will ever let go of my theory and my hypothesis that people that overshare and people that excessively post and talk about their relationship online are either compensating for something, they're insecure about something, or they're looking for validation or attention, or I don't know what else. Like I just think it's a little bit strange. And this particular text message thread went something like this, okay? It was clear from the text message thread that the woman that was posting this TikTok was getting picked up from the airport by her boyfriend or her partner. I don't know if they were married or what, I don't know. The text message thread read, landed 10 minutes late. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna be a little bit late. So obviously he was picking her up from the airport and she texted to let him know, just landed about 10 minutes late. And his response was, don't worry, baby. I waited 4 months to land you. 10 minutes more is nothing. Love you so much, baby. Kiss, 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 kiss. And then I think it was like her face with like some freaking crying emojis or something. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, but that was a general notion. That was a general text dialogue. And the caption was something along the lines of, ladies, don't settle. This is the man of my dreams. If your boyfriend doesn't talk to you like this, he ain't the one. And look, I'm starting heavy here, but there is a lot. There is so much to unpack within that text message thread. And maybe it's just me because I'm not like super interested in other people's lives. Like I'm sure a lot of you that maybe are like a lot nicer than me would be like, oh, that's cute. My first, like literally my face was like this. And again, my boyfriend and I, we send each other cute messages, and I don't have that screwed up look on my face, but I think it's just the fact that why share it? Like, I've never in my life had the drive to screenshot a text message thread that's lovely and cute and adorable from my partner and I, or even between friends, any private text messages really, throw them up on TikTok with some like lovey-dovey overlay music with like a cringy caption. Never in my life have I felt the need to do that. And I'm just super, super curious as to why we now live in a world where private text messages are shared and read, and that's the expectation. Like, that is the expectation. It blows my mind, and I don't really like it, and I don't really get it. I have no interest to read your personal text messages, and I most of the time scroll right past those, but I see them more and more. I find it very weird, and the captions that always read something along the lines of, man of my dreams, ladies, if he doesn't talk to you like this, you know, you deserve better. That is incredibly dangerous, and that is incredibly, I think, harmful to put out on the internet in terms of a relationship point of view. I think, look, I'm getting serious now. People in them, like millennials, Gen Zers, we are having more and more trouble as a society to date and find real love. And I think messages like this and the use of social media and these types of videos that are surrounding relationships make it harder and make unrealistic expectations for women whilst looking for love. I think it's incredibly damaging. And not to mention, it really makes me sick. Like, don't care about your private text messages. It's weird. Number 2. Ugh. I'm reading from my phone. Number 2, the anniversary posts and the dedication to the person on social media. Now, look, I've talked about this before. I've talked about this in a video I'm going to have linked up above that was like things that social media has made normal, but I don't think are. And it was a bit like half-half. I had a lot of people that were like, no, I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. Like, Caitlin, stop being a hater. But a lot of you were in agreement with me, which truly lit the fire under me to actually feel more confident in my opinion and my thoughts that I don't need to see your long, drawn-out, huge paragraph dedication posts on Facebook, on Instagram. It's just not what I need to see. I would truly cringe a million cringes, and I would have a serious discussion if I was in a relationship with someone and they did this. I would have a serious chat with them. I'd be like, hey, look, I know this is something that's like incredibly popular online, but I'm not really about it. Like, I thought what you said was really sweet, because a lot of time they are really sweet. But I probably would have to sit them down and say, look, it would mean so much more to me, and I would appreciate it so much more if it was a moment that was shared between us. I don't know why we need to bring your 1,000 Instagram followers into it and my Instagram following into it. And then because your account's public, I don't know why we need to bring anyone into it and, you know, have them read this giant lovey-dovey thing. I don't think it's really necessary. I've never really felt the need to share my anniversaries or really anything like that on social media, because to me it just kind of, and again, I'm well aware it's a very unpopular opinion, and I guess it comes down to just different personality types, but for me, I don't need 100 people, I don't need 1,000 people to congratulate me and wish me a happy anniversary. I just don't need that personally. If I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm in a relationship with that one person. And the only person who I care about wishing me a happy anniversary is my partner. I don't need Joe, you know, Karen, and various other people on social media also congratulating me. It doesn't do anything more for me. It almost feels like I'm fishing for those kind of comments and those types of messages, and I don't care. I'm well aware that's incredibly unpopular. Number 3, this one is one that I say this after every single one, I'm well aware. This one I find to be the most damaging and the most, I say dangerous, but I mean more dangerous. Like I said, I don't mean dangerous in like life-threatening, but I do think dangerous is in kind of like a sabotagey way without maybe being intentional. Because I was someone who fell for this. I'm someone who fell into these traps in my 20s when I was single. And like I said, I would hate for women in their 20s to look at these things and feel crappy because their boyfriend's not doing it, or their husband's not doing it, or their partner's not doing it, or they're single. And maybe every partner they've ever had never did anything like this. And they're sitting here wondering, oh my God, like, why isn't my boyfriend doing things like that? Why didn't my boyfriend ever do things like this for me? I must not be good enough. This is why I'm bringing it up. And it is the sharing of what your partner maybe did for you, whether it be for your anniversary, for your birthday, for your Christmas. I see it a lot, especially with Christmas coming up, but kind of big life events. There is very much a space now on social media, Instagram Reels and TikTok, for people to share these videos of what their partner either got them or did for them to kind of celebrate their day, whether it be their birthday, Christmas, anniversary, whatever. And some things I need to say that were actually said to me from a friend a few years ago who is, I think, a little bit more level-headed than me, and she's been in a long-term relationship. I know her and I know her partner, and that is who I actually think that relationship advice should be taken from. I prefer to take my relationship advice from friends as opposed to random people on the internet, because you've got to think when you see these videos, and this is something my friend brought up a few years ago, is like, what's the intention? Because I would see these videos and I'd think, oh my God, like, I've never had anyone do that for me. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I picking men that are the wrong men? And she said, Caitlin, you've got to think, these videos, because I'd send them to her and she'd look at the view count and she'd like, look how many likes they're getting. Have you ever stopped to consider that maybe they're doing these elaborate things to get views? They're doing these extravagant, elaborate things for the views, because views equal a following, views can equal money, and views can help to generate a business. And I know that may seem a little bit twisted, but you really have to consider these things, especially when you see kind of videos from men on TikTok that share how they would treat a lady and the real way to treat a lady. And it all sounds so lovely and sweet, but a lot of time they do have crazy, crazy high views. And a lot of time these men are also single, which makes you think, do they really feel that way? Are they really interested in finding a woman to treat her this way? Or are they just interested in getting clicks from women who think, oh my God, that's so sweet. Every man should be like that. Follow, like. Are they just looking for views? And also, following on from that, you need to kind of take a second, because I never used to do this in my 20s, to step back and think, I'm going to have some videos playing, I'm sure, as I go through this. These videos that you're seeing, you have absolutely no idea. You have absolutely no idea what's going on behind the scenes. There's one particular woman I can think of as an example. She is in her 40s and she's been married for like 20 years, almost 20 years. She was telling me that she actually tells her husband what she'd like for her birthday or for Christmas, because he has no idea what to get her. A lot of times, he's not the greatest at figuring out what she wants. And she changed her mind quite a lot. So she likes to give him an idea of the things she might want. And that way he knocks it out of the park and he gets her what she wants. So I would really like for you to consider for a second that these videos that you see, these highly orchestrated videos, please stop to consider that maybe these men were coached into this scenario, okay? They were told exactly what the woman wanted. They were told exactly how, when. It could be everything down to what color flower petals, what kind of chocolate, what kind of present, what kind of music. The whole thing could have been very much coached into existence. And all you see is this one video that's like, oh my God, look what my boyfriend did for me for my birthday. My dream man, I can't believe he did this. It's like, well, yes, you can, because you coached him into it. Like, you literally told him what you wanted. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually believe there's nothing wrong with telling your partner or anyone in your life what you want. But I do think that it's just a little bit unhealthy, and I don't like the standard that it creates, and I don't like the expectation that it creates for strangers that, oh my God, like, I want a man who can read my mind and do that exact thing, when I can guarantee you that everyone's human. And not everyone's going to get it right every time. To almost like create this false narrative and this false story that your partner like knocked it out of the park. And maybe some of them are true. Maybe some of them genuinely do. But a lot of men I know also need a bit of help and a bit of guidance, because a lot of women, and some of the women I know, are very hard to buy for. Like, I fully admit that I'm horrible to buy for, because I basically, anything I want, I almost always buy for myself. And I don't think that's really talked about enough. So I just wanted to say that. And I wish we had and we saw more real life examples on social media of what real relationships are like, instead of the false narrative and the fairy tale that is. So number 4, this one is again something I see so often on TikTok. Literally the place where society goes to die in a lot of situations. I've weirdly seen a lot of these videos, and it's so weirdly niche. So weirdly niche, and truly it's something I never actually thought about asking any partner to do, or even expecting any partner to do. And that is the tying of the shoelaces, or the taking off of the heels. I have weirdly seen more videos of this on TikTok than I want to and that I would have ever wanted to see in my life. And they always go something along this. It's like this dreamy, romantic music in the background, and it's a video of a woman standing up with her partner holding her leg and like untying or undoing her heel after obviously a long night out at a dinner or whatever. And the comments are wild. The comments are truly wild. Like the comments that you see are like, oh my God, king. Oh my God, treats her like a queen. One comment I saw, my boyfriend has never done this before. The creator wrote back, raise your standards, hun. Another comment was literally, oh my God, I asked my boyfriend to do this and he said no. And the creator wrote back in all capitals, dump him. Excuse me, what? Okay, let's just take a really big step back for a moment. I'm personally not someone who's going to be out here giving such dramatic relationship advice, like dump him in all capitals. Maybe these are like really, really young kids on TikTok, but it's just it like makes it seem like relationships are very fickle. And I don't like that. I don't like that whole idea of just giving like haphazard, blatant. I find that very reckless relationship advice. And can I just say as well, let's maybe take a step back and look at this from a different scenario. Why did the boyfriend say no? Was he rushing to get ready himself? Was he running late? Did he not have time? Maybe it was even the way the woman asked. You know, there are two ways that you can ask someone to help you with your shoe. You can say, hey babe, look, can you please help me take off my shoes? Or there are, take off my shoes. If I had a husband that said, make me a sandwich, I'd be like, off. It's all about the tone. Situations aren't always so black and white. I don't like the reckless relationship advice of dump him. And it also just seems weird. Like I said, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just an independent woman. I've never wanted a man to like take my shoes off at the end of the night. Maybe like, actually that's a lie. Maybe once or twice. I think I actually did need help at one point where my bracelet probably got stuck on my shoe strap. But I've never just came home from a night, you know, and just like stuck my foot up in the air and been like, take my shoe off, peasant. It's just not something I need a man to do. Maybe when I'm older and I'm not as flexible and I can't bend down as well, maybe. But like I don't know, like that to me is not the automatic definition of, oh my God, king, hashtag king. Next up, I've heard so much about this on social media, I'm sure you have as well. The ever popular ick, okay? We've heard of the new term ick, and it's basically when you're dating someone and you uncover or they kind of show to you their ick, and it's something that you find to be repulsive, and it's usually something that's weirdly like so small or irrelevant, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's something that people should literally be running for the hills for, but it's literally now what it's become. Like it's videos of boys or men, you know, jumping up and down having fun on a trampoline, and it's like, oh, ick unlocked. It was a nice relationship while it lasted. And again, maybe these are all jokes, but there's this one particular video, and there's a lot of videos like this on TikTok. I'm gonna show it to you, and then we're gonna talk about it.
What's your biggest ick in a guy?
Like when they, no, okay.
Say it, say
no,
it.
No,
Run it.
that was so mean. I was gonna say if they're like really nice, it's such an ick.
People are confusing icks with red flags. Like, you know, an ick may be, oh my God, he wears weird sandals. And a red flag is, oh my God, he talks about women in a really derogatory way. People genuinely believe that it's a reason not to be attracted to someone or cut off something or end a relationship or end a dating experience because of an ick. And I just want to say, and again, probably really an unpopular opinion, but I think if you are ending relationships or ending dates, a dating experience because of an ick, even the woman in that video mentioned her ick is when a guy is too nice. Can we just like acknowledge that if you are ending a situation with someone because they're too nice, you might have like some problems. There might be some mental things that you need to work through. Like if you're ending something with a guy because, you know, maybe you don't like the way he dresses, yet he has beautiful manners, he has a lovely relationship with his family, lovely relationship with his friends, he has his life together, he has goals, ambitions, you guys align on what you want for a future together, you get along, he makes you laugh, you have a great time together, but like you don't like the shirts he wears. First of all, can we talk about the fact that maybe you can, you know, buy him some new shirts every Christmas or something. Like, I don't understand this. It's almost like again, like looking for the perfect person. The perfect person does not exist. I don't personally think so. And I think that there are so many things that we kind of, now, not me personally, but it's like, yeah, this weird trend on social media. It's like, oh my God, ick unlocked. Ew, you know, this is the reason why I ghosted him. It's like, you ghosted him because he was too nice, or you ghosted him because he loves to jump on trampolines. I just think it's like, it's a little bit weird, and there's like mental things there. I'm convinced there's something mentally going on in the minds of these women. There's some trauma that needs to be unpacked, because I can guarantee you that there are a lot of great men out there that have just been disregarded because of things like, oh my God, he's too nice. It's like, that's what you want. You want a man that's going to treat you like shit. That's a bit weird. Like, that's unhealthy. The whole ick thing is weird, and it needs to be talked about more. Like, icks are not red flags. Red flags are red flags. Icks are things that most of the time, like, you should be able to look over, okay? If you don't like someone's weird sandals, or if you don't like, you know, someone's taste in music, that's not a red flag. And I want you to share with me in the comments down below one of the most obnoxious, weird relationship trends or things that you see about relationships on social media that annoy you, make you sick, you think are obnoxious, or you think are just like really toxic. I would love to read those in the comments down below. Please share with me those. I'm gonna have another few videos linked for you here. If you haven't had enough of me just yet, feel free to go over there. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments down below. I felt it's a lot of and ranting in one video, but I really had a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining me in today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.